The living force. What is it? In 1906, Victor Levy published his physics doctorate dissertation to gain his physics doctorate under Alexander von Brill. It's 1906. This is not long after Max Planck, 1889, both under Alexander von Brill. So the information that Levy is giving us is untainted, undoctored, literally undoctored information about what science knows in 1906, because Alexander von Brill knows it. And what he talks about in here is the living force, which is discussed by Boltzmann in terms of thermodynamics and fluid motion, and into the theory of relativity and the propagation of light. So this stuff from the late 19th century Germany, the pinnacle of physics, that's been hidden from us, is that they've discovered the living force. And what they're trying to do is, how do they get advantage from knowing that the living force exists? How can they extract it? In 1850, there's a school in Germany, Helmholtz School, that slams down hard on the idea of the living force in public. And it's an idea that's been around since the 17th century. But this German people decide they're not going to talk about it. And so it's shut down as an idea, and it doesn't appear. Only in the metaphysics and the woo world is it likely to appear, the living force. And yet in 1906, there it is, in a physics doctorate dissertation under Alexander von Brill. And he passes, so therefore we can assume it's right. So what they've done is, they understand the life force, the heartbeat of the universe, what actually makes everything work, the energy. And then they've hidden it from us, because they've then extracted information, extracted energy from that living force. The trajectory of science now, from 1906 to 1915, Victor Levy's engineering paper, to 1927, the Solvay conference, with Heisenberg and Born telling us that quantum is a closed theory, and we'll have no modification to that, thank you very much. Don't look at it. Because they know in 1906, they've already got the answer. What they've done is, in 1927, they've worked out how they're going to lie to us and build a world which they can extract energy from us. The Large Hadron Collider is Heisenberg's baby. It's his machine. And what it does is it collides, it smashes gold particles. And gold is where the living force is expressed in metal. Because it's expressed in metal at the quality of gold, the reason that gold is so precious to us is because it's so close to us in consciousness. That the living force that holds the quality of gold is the living force that holds the quality of our consciousness. And so that by smashing those particles, they extract energy from us by depleting our collective conscious energy. And we become more stupid and more brute. And less civilized. And we descend into fascistic, nationalistic behaviours instead of collective behaviour as a single hive. That the globalist drive is the only drive that's right for us as a species. But we must be in control of it. An individual on the ground, an individual ant, as we are, must be able to reach to the top with a problem and a question. And there must be a hierarchy through which any problem can go until it is resolved to the satisfaction of the ant. And he knows his place on the planet. And that you don't own anything, but you'll have no cares and no worries. Everything will be carried for you, and you will be happy. And you will be. Not because I'm telling you to be happy, but because you've decided to be happy. Because the life that has been delivered for you is so fucking wonderful that you'll wonder why you ever fought against it. So They're nailed. Science is nailed, bang to rights, that the Large Hadron Collider is a weapon against consciousness, as proven by Dr. Levy in 1906, when he shows us how to access the living force. In 1915, his engineering document is merely a redacted document that allows enough information to get into engineering that we can build these reinforced concrete buildings, which are the means of starting the sapping of our energy. That the sag of the reinforced concrete buildings are so carefully designed through the coefficient tables in the PCA document from 1993 links directly to Dr. Levy's 1906 physics dissertation and the living force. And that's why the reference isn't there. That's why they won't reference it. Because they're caught, nailed, bang to rights. And so it's up to you, people of the planet, to go, okay, there's enough information here now that we should really be asking some serious questions of these people in charge of science. What the fuck's going on? And then we can have peace. Watch. Ready? The future has just begun. Follow the Rebel King.